Hello, my name is Fred Burke. I'm the Executive Director of the Career Center here at Hofstra University. I'm going to give you a brief overview of how to prepare for a career fair. Career fairs are a wonderful opportunity for you to engage employers. We encourage students to take advantage of the career fairs we provide at Hofstra, but oftentimes the Career Center will inform you of different career fairs that happen off campus as well. A career fair is one of many ways you could use to find a job or an internship, as well as identify summer opportunities, volunteer work, and part-time work. Before a career fair, there's a couple of tips we encourage you to utilize to make the most of the event. Prior to the event, you should obtain a list of the employers that are attending the event. When you have that list of employers, review all the companies that are on the list and take some time to identify the ones you think are going to be a best fit for you. Do some research ahead of time, look at the company's website, explore their mission, do a self-assessment of yourself to find out what your skills, strengths, and values are to find a good fit with that employer. That way, when you go to the event, you're well prepared and the employer will be impressed with your preparation. Also, coming to a career fair is critical that you bring a really good resume. Again, that's the first impression you're going to make on an employer. And prior to a career fair, either off campus or at Hofstra, you're welcome to come into the Career Center for a quick question appointment to have someone on the staff review your resume. When you approach an employer at the event, you have a couple of minutes to make a first impression. We suggest you take some time to, as I said, research the company, prepare your resume, but also make sure you're dressed professionally. The first impression when you shake hands with the employer is critical. So the employer will take a quick note of how you look and how you present yourself. So we encourage that you dress professionally, be well groomed, wear a business suit, have resumes ready to go in a nice folder, as well as a pen and paper to jot some notes down. When you approach the employer, extend your hand and reach out, introduce yourself. State your status in the college, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and what kind of opportunities you're exploring. You may want to ask a question or two to the employer based on the research you've done ahead of time and inquire about opportunities they're recruiting for at the event. You want to have basically a mini commercial, about one or two minutes. Be mindful that a career fair is a large event and employers want to see as many students as possible, so be brief and aware of the time at the event. But in that 1 or 2 minutes, you want to make a brief impression that's favorable upon the employer. What employers may want to learn from you? They're going to want to find out your status at the university, whether you're seeking full-time, part-time, or internship opportunities, your career goals, maybe some strengths, weaknesses, and what you can contribute to the organization. Take this really seriously. It's not an interview formally, but it's, again, a way an employer is going to be identifying whether or not you're going to be a good fit for the organization. You may want to ask the employer about their hiring needs, what they're recruiting for at the event, what kind of openings they anticipate, what he or she likes about the organization, and how to contact after the event. What will be the next step after the 2 or 3 minutes you have to speak with them at the event. Keep an open mind at a career fair and explore as many opportunities as possible. Make the most of your experience. As we said before, bring lots of resumes, do your research ahead of time, do a self-assessment so you're aware of your strengths, weaknesses, and values, and come professionally dressed. A really nice tidbit of information is if you can actually do some research ahead of time and explore the organizations you want to speak to, and if you can cater your objective on your resume, that's really nice. An employer is very impressed when you bring a resume that says, to obtain an internship at X company. That's a very nice thing to do, and that will help make you stand out from someone else in the applicant pool. As you conclude your conversation with the employer, shake hands once again and thank them for their time. Always ask for a business card so you can follow up. We highly recommend that you send an email the next day thanking the employer for his or her time at the event. It's a good idea in that email message to thank them for the opportunity to speak to you at the fair, highlight anything that you really had a conversation about, and follow up with an extra copy of the resume just as a backup. Some other tips about a career fair. You're not going to get a job offer at a fair. Most of these times employers are actually just screening resumes to find good fits for the employer. So be realistic. You're not going to get any job offers at a fair. You just have an opportunity to make a first impression. If that goes well, you'll probably be contacted to follow up for a formal interview and then maybe a second interview in the process. Also, make sure that you follow through. If an employer says to send a resume to the HR department, make sure that you do that. It's always important to make sure you follow through on your part of the process. In closing, the Career Center is always here to help you with the career fair questions that you may have. Feel free to contact the office or stop by for quick questions and ask a counselor for some assistance on how to maximize your time at a career fair. Also, we're able to do mock interviews. If you have any questions regarding the interview process, you can always contact the office for a mock interview. Thank you.